Alright, it had to be a Friday. And what better Friday than this? There was a time when my Fridays consisted of me waking up, putting on, playing the latest soca music or anything from Machel, Destra, Farmer Nappy. Lord of mercy, I forgot the rest of the names. But it started from the moment I woke up. I said, "Thank you, Lord." I went into the shower and I put on my soca music. I was preparing from that morning to go to work. Work wasn't on my mind, but to go to the bar. I could not wait to go to the bar with my Friday crew, my sister, my good friend Ray, and my cousin Nishka. I could not wait. So the party started from 6 a.m. Every other morning I would play gospel music. But Friday was the party, and it started from 6 a.m. Into my car on the drive to work was soca. Like I was just lifting up, ready for the party. And I can't say when it started because soca was always in me. Soca was always in me. I remember my daddy had a CD, Dr. Cassandra, and all the best soca songs that you want to wind up to. And I remember even when I used to be in Nassau for the summer, watching my aunties just get ready for the best soca concerts, and I just watching them get ready. It's like I can't wait. I cannot wait to be their age so that we could go to soca concerts. I went to a few. But it was more than soca for me. It was Friday. It was at the bar. It was the party. It was like, I don't know. If a Friday didn't come and meet us in the bar, it wasn't a Friday. But thank God for Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. Now, I'm not sure when it started, but I can tell you when it stopped. And I could tell you how God was dealing with me for a while, and I was listening, but ignoring. And when I got pregnant with Shannon, who was my second daughter, I remember just feeling off, just feeling different. I wanted her, me and my husband prepared for her because I was getting old, and I'm like, if we could do it, we gotta do it. So I even stopped, I slowed down with the alcohol consumption, just was drinking wine, and just mentally preparing for it. And once I got pregnant, like literally, y'all, this just came to me. Literally, I was pregnant with her and I did not know. Went to Nassau to celebrate my sister's birthday, and she could testify to this. We went to Atlantis, and just as I opened up, I was drinking Cuba Libre. Just as I opened up a Cuba Libre, and I walked from one seat to the next seat in the front of the pool, and I don't know how my leg twisted. I don't know. I can't tell you today. I do not know how my leg twisted, but it twisted out of place, and I fell into the beach chair. I can't tell you where that Cuba Libre gone. I don't know. I didn't even remember that I had the Cuba Libre in my hand because my leg hurt so bad. I had to go to the nurse. I had to hop for a couple of days. I had to stay in Nassau longer than expected. But God was taking alcohol out of my life from even that moment. he was trying to just yuck it away from me. And I was holding on for dear life, like it was so important. I remember during that pregnancy with Shannon, I had started reading the Bible, listening to the Bible on Audible, and I don't know, God was just doing something. I got introduced to B. Simone and Megan Ashley. They had a podcast, and I'm like, these worldly people. Let me see what Jesus they trying to bring, to young girls, to young ladies, and they encouraged me as worldly as they were. They encouraged me to pick up my Bible and start reading, and I started questioning, a lot of things in my community. I was questioning, Lord, these people who in Freeport, they just on the road, like nobody around here. Like, where's the Jesus in people? Where's the healers? Where are the people who call to heal the sick and the people who have demons, and just like, where are they? Where are these people who call themselves Christians? And we have so much sickness, so much darkness going on right here in Grand Bahama. Like, where are the people who are supposed to be dealing with these things, And one day during my pregnancy, I watched a video. And in this video, there was a white pastor, I don't remember his name, but he was just giving his account of being able to discern that a witch was in the church that he was attending. It wasn't his church. He was visiting. And I was like, God, like, how did he know that? Like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to discern a witch, like, wherever they are. I didn't know why. Like, why I need to discern a witch? Like, what will I do? And in his testimony, he was just saying how the witch at that particular church was the person in charge of the prayer ministry. And I'm like, God, like, what is this? Like, show me, how do I know? That same night, God took me on what I call a journey of witchcraft. I was like, that was like my introduction, because I promise you I didn't know anything about it. And he used familiar people that I knew, and took me on at the end, literally, they said this was an educational journey. In that dream, I saw shapeshifters, like literally people turning from monkeys and different animals and back into their human form. I saw people in these dark temples who were doing like this lizard or this snake tongue and like slurping spit in and out. And I saw all kinds of different things. It was like I was on this carousel and just seeing different parts of witchcraft, what it looks like. And like I said, when I walked out of that dream, the last thing that was said to me was this was an education. And I held on to that. I wrote it down. And it's a good thing I wrote it down, because I promise you I would not remember all the details of that dream. But what was even more interesting, as I continued in my pregnancy, God started to take different people, different things out of my life. When you are pregnant, you try to protect your baby, your growing baby. And so alcohol was out the window. That was a given. But even different people, I just didn't want to be around certain people for some reason, right? And it was like God was showing me that I didn't need these people, are trying to, trying to wean me off of, certain people, certain places, certain things. And even T.D. Jakes and Sarah, I started listening to them, or trying to listen to them during that time to get some gospel in me. But for some reason, it wasn't hitting. I could not listen. And that was strange to me, because I used to listen to T.D. Jakes before, when I used to live in New Neutral as a teacher. And I always would listen to his sermons, and so I knew it was something at that point when I switched from him and I went to his daughter, and I couldn't hear it. Like, I was listening, but I couldn't hear it. Like, it wasn't coming into me, And so I just disregard them altogether during that time. So I had my baby girl, and I was straight. Me and my husband, we agreed. Two babies, whether they be girls, whether they be boys, girl, boy, however. And I never intended to get pregnant again. Honestly, like, believe me when I say I cried. I cried when I read on the third stick. And I'm like, God, how am I going to take care of 3 babies? But let's see how it happened. But God, He is so good. So, I guess I am a dreamer, right? I've always been a dreamer. And the thing about that is, when I was in Luther, I was dreaming. When I came home, I was dreaming, but I started asking God, like, what are these dreams? Like, is this you? Are you communicating? Like, show me. Like, let me know for true it's you. Well, anyway, here we go. Here's the testimony.